Hello and welcome back to this episode of the Chatterjack Podcast. Today we're joined by Vicky and Carol, co-founders of Creative Hutch based in Carlisle. Stay tuned to hear what it's like to work in London in marketing, to then grow an agency right here in Cumbria. Hello, welcome to this episode of the Chatterjack Podcast. Today I'm joined by two fabulous people. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'm Carol Wallace. I was going to say creative director, but that's you. Marketing, I'll just take that title. Well, marketing director and co-founder of Creative Hutch.
Welcome.
I have no idea who I am now.
You can say marketing director.
I'm marketing director. I'm Vicky Hutchinson, and I'm creative director of Creative Hutch. And Carol and I co-founded it together.
Fantastic. So tell me about Creative Hutch. When did we start? How did it start? Spill all the tea.
Well, I started as a freelancer.
Okay.
And couldn't think of a name, so obviously Hutchinson, and it was Creative Hutch, and then it went from there. And then Carol and I worked together in another business that was in Carlisle, which didn't work out. So I went freelance again, and I said, Carol, please come and market me. And the rest is history. So that's kind of the official start date of Creative Hutch, isn't it?
Was it 4 years?
4 years now.
We had our third year party, didn't we? Which was brilliant, birthday party. But yeah, so we're about 4 and a bit years now.
4 and a bit years.
And grown quite, so we're a team of 8.
Yeah. So
amazing.
I do the branding side of things and make things look pretty. Yeah. And then Carol makes sure everyone knows about it with the marketing side, basically.
Yeah. But before that, you worked together. So you kind of knew how each other worked, and you knew a bit about styles and all that kind of thing. Because
we don't know about that. We were more friends, mummy friends.
We were friends. Yeah. When we both lived in London, when I moved back up.
Yes.
When I moved back up, I moved next door to Carol's dad.
Stop it.
And he invited me for a glass of wine, and there was
that's a
Carol
little
sitting
welcome,
inside, and we were like,
with our small children, and she was like, I know you. And I was like, I know you. And then when we kind of unravelled it, well, where do we know each other? We'd actually been to art college together. I was a year above, was that?
Yeah.
And so I'd left
Carol's
to London
much
before.
older.
Much older, like 6 months. And yeah, so it's just fate that brought us together.
That's so cool.
And the other place that we worked together, we were only there for 3 weeks. That's how bad it didn't work out. Yeah. Not us two working together, but you'd been at Armstrong Watson for a long time, hadn't you? So we kind of knew each other's style.
Yeah. So that's cool. Now you're an absolute force of nature. I know that.
Well, something. A force of
craziness.
Yeah. I've got things that people have said about you both. We'll get onto that later. So how did you decide, I want to freelance, let's make this. How did you transition from that journey? So being employed to kind of going and sailing your own ship, were you a bit nervous? Did you have a plan?
Well, I had an agency down in London.
Yeah.
So, but I think it was a really great friend, but I think the partnership wasn't right because we both wanted different kind of things and clients and work. And then I had children and just said, I'm not going to do it again.
Everything changes, doesn't it?
Everything
Once
changes.
You have children, your outlook changes, I think, doesn't it?
It does. It's a lot. But coming back up north, even then there wasn't the roles that, I wanted to do. So still had freelance. And then we thought, well, why don't we try and create what we would have loved, back in the day that would have kept us here? Because one of our things is just kind of keep people here, make everyone realise how great people are in Cumbria. So we just thought we'd give it a bash, see what happens.
I think my journey was a little bit different though, because I'd always been employed. I'd never had that freelance. So I was in London for 18 years and worked for a big global company in marketing. So I'd left that when I had a little boy and then moved back to Carlisle thinking the same, God, what on earth am I going to get? What work am I going to get? Luckily enough, I was able to, work for Armstrong Watson and work there for 8 years. And then Vicky persuaded me to move. And then that didn't work out. So it was I think it's just fair. You know what I mean? Things happen for a reason, because I would never have jumped ship. I would have probably still been at Armstrong Watson. If
I'd said to you, come and join me as a freelancer,
Yeah.
before you wouldn't have.
No,
you
I
wouldn't
would
done
have
that.
been. Yeah, I think I would have been too scared to jump ship.
Yeah.
But knowing now, I would, definitely jump ship. But yeah,
So interesting.
yeah.
It's a big step. Well, don't you?
It's a big step.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. And we fall with style. Do we fly? Do we fall with style? Bit of both. Some days we fly.
Yeah.
Some days we're like, ooh, we'll just go with it. But
Yeah.
it's rough, isn't it? And you don't know if you're doing the right thing. Sometimes you just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to take a risk. I think you've got to
Yeah.
try something, because you take to leave the planet and then go, what if I should have tried? I'd rather try and fail than not give anything a go
Yeah.
now. So,
Yeah.
My grandma had a great saying, and she used to say, well, you'll either be a shipwrecked or you won't set sail.
oh, I love that.
I know. So you can have that.
Oh,
I really like it.
get that in a post.
Yeah.
Oh, and now the little shipwreck with all the little Nemos swimming around.
You can
and
see them all just out there on the
love
harbour,
that.
can't you?
Yeah.
So they're very much... But right, tell me about how we got into marketing. I want to know that. So I'm going to come to you first, Carol. Spill all the tea. Actually, do you know what? No. Let's start at school. I want to go right back.
All right, well,
I want to go
do I
right
bring
back.
in my what the teacher said straight away.
So how we end up in marketing, it's not always a straight line, is it?
No,
And
it definitely
everybody's
wasn't.
path's different. So
Yeah.
obviously for our listeners, we want to know how you ended up here.
Mm-hmm.
So school life, what was it like? What did you study? What did you enjoy?
Oh, I love school. Really had a great time at Trinity, and just sporty, arty and sporty.
Okay.
So yeah, loved art, loved sport. The other subjects not so great. I had to really try. Passed everything, but really had to try. But art was my thing. So went on to did A levels, and then went to the art college to study art, and then went to Huddersfield University and studied textile design for 4 years. So I did a BA in textile honours, in textile design, and then went back and did my masters in computers for textile designers. So I kind of moved into that digital side pretty early.
Yeah.
And then went down to London, and I used to teach fashion designers how to use the software. So I was never in marketing right up until maybe halfway through my career in London, and then I moved into the global marketing team to actually market the products as opposed to training on them and teaching them. Yeah. So that's how I moved, and then did my CIM on my own and in my own time, and just got that and kind of moved into marketing that way. So it was never never is clear cut. No,
It never is. Oh, I love that.
I keep saying to Carol, she needs to make us some. Seeing as she's
my
doing
God, yeah.
textile, she needs to make us some branded clothing.
Up something on a knit machine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Scarf probably now.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait for the Autumn Winter Collection 26, guys. I can't wait. We've heard the inside scoop.
That's it.
That's amazing. So was the dream was the dream must have been different. The dream wasn't to be a marketing per se. It was sort of the fashion and the textile.
Yeah, I
world that
just
was
wanted to be a textile designer. Oh, wow. That's all I wanted to do, and how even if it was like, because I used to teach M&S designers or Debenhams designers, Stella McCartney. I mean, like, it was big designers as well. So, and I just wanted to be a designer.
So cool.
And then moved into the marketing. I thought, oh well, actually, this is maybe more my maybe more fit for me. Loved it though.
I love it. Oh, I'm going to pause there. I've never done this before. This is
like a
fun
two.
with two
It's
people.
new,
I feel like,
style.
oh, I know. I'm
It's like a
really,
game of tennis.
It is. I'm like having to really concentrate as well. Spill a tea, Vicky. Get us up to that level. Get us to the speed of where school, how you got to where you were, sort of London era. Get us to that bit.
So I went to Coldew, and pretty much the same as Carol. Loved art, loved English, loved music.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if I didn't like sciences because the teachers just dictated, and it was quite boring. If Brian Cox was teaching us, I'd be right.
Yeah.
So it was. I always knew I wanted to do some art. Originally, I was thinking I wanted to be a bit KAD, so do some kind of journalism and photography. And she was like my idol for a really long time.
Cool.
So I did a lot of photography. I did photography at A level, and art and design, and then went to Carlisle Art College.
Yeah.
And then went to Leeds University.
Yeah.
And did graphic design there. So it had a mix of photography, and then when the internet was first being born.
Yeah.
So I kind of learnt Dreamweaver, which I don't know whether that's even around anymore now.
I don't know. I haven't seen it for a long time.
No,
I don't know.
First year
I'm
at
not
uni,
sure.
we did Dreamweaver.
Dreamweaver.
Yeah.
And I remember doing the Yorkshire Playhouse website in Flash.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a flasher. I was. Wow. I used to do a lot of Flash. And I did all the Flash courses and I was like, I can do maths, because you had to do quite a little bit of maths in there. And I was like, if my maths teacher saw me now. And then, so I really got into, I love doing the web side of things, because you could, in Flash, because you could animate and things like that. So that's how I started, actually, as a web designer. Back in the day, before accessibility and things like that. So I would just write HTML, which is not great because I can't spell. So there'd always be things wrong in the code. And then it was the front of the website. And then I started to think, well, how are they using it? And, what are they doing? So that's what got me into this branding side of things and making things work that from the front end, really.
That's interesting. That's fascinating. And then that was your first kind of introduction into the marketing world. But off air, you said to me, somebody said something to you quite poignant about the internet.
Yeah, no, and you know what? It's fascinating who you should not listen to when you're growing up. And the course leader at Leeds University said, when I was working with the IT guy on Dreamweaver, said, don't waste your time on that, Vicky, because the internet is not going to go anywhere. The internet. And it was back in the day where I think I'd got my first ever email, which is a university one. Yeah. And I thought, I genuinely thought, why do I need an email account? Who are you going to email? I can't imagine not emailing now, but it wasn't a thing then.
No. It was like a mobile
pre-phones.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Well, it's just another, it doesn't even seem real anymore, that you used to just go out and, I'd just meet you at 7:00 every week, and then that would be it. Everybody would just be there.
Yeah.
And now you're on a mobile, ringing on the way there. I'm 2 minutes. Oh, I can see you.
Yeah, literally. It's crazy, isn't it? But the internet won't take off. That's
yeah. So choose who you listen to, kids. Yeah, I think is the moral of that story.
Literally. So we ended up in London. We both ended up in London. Did we know each other at that point?
No. It's a single white female.
It is, Carol followed me
everywhere. I moved first, you followed.
But Carol was going out with my boyfriend not my boyfriend, but my boyfriend's best mate at the time. So that's how weird it was. Like, they were best mates. But we never met. And we never met.
I'd heard about Vicky. Vicky was meant to come to a football match with this boy that we're meeting, but Vicky wasn't well.
In London.
And we never met. And it was always, I know. And every place that we moved, so we'd moved to, Crystal Palace or something. Vicky was down the road, moved to the next place. So I moved 11 times, and Vicky seemed to be at the same places, just a couple of roads away.
Because you move a lot. You tend to move a lot in London. So we were like north, south, east,
west, everywhere. Balham, you were
time.
Around the corner,
That's mental.
And then moved to next door to my dad.
It is.
That's really
we never met until that day,
It's like something's working somewhere. And I said, look, we need to get this Creative Hutch up and running.
Yeah,
stars were aligned.
Need to meet and meet across, absolutely.
I know.
Nice.
That's spooky, cool. Isn't it? Yeah.
I did not know this at all, so I'm glad we're spilling all that. I love it. So then we were in London, and we were in different kind of roles. We were working in sort of very different industries, it feels like. Carol, I'm going to come back to you. Fashion, textiles, designs, that sounds very glamorous.
Well, it was great. I loved it. I travelled a lot. Worked for a French company, so headquarters were in Paris and Bordeaux. So I was constantly on the Eurostar or flying. And got to see some amazing places. Went to China a few times, New York all the time. I was Sweden, Denmark, everywhere. So Germany I loved. So I just kind of lived out of a suitcase. I was more like an air hostess, I think, than anything. My suitcase. Yeah, suitcase was, a fish.
Yeah, the tuna.
Yeah. And I loved it. No children, no responsibility, just pack your suitcase and go and have an absolute blast for weeks, and then come back a few days, pack again and go somewhere else. So, I'm very grateful for the travel that it got me.
Yeah, absolutely. And exposure to different cultures and different
people. It's lovely.
Marketing in different territories as well. Were you exposed to that level as well?
We were just working with the global teams, so you got to meet internal teams as well and just hang out with them and experience it, and go and taught in China, in Hong Kong as well, to actually, I don't know, I think I had a translator, so it was hard work. But loved it all.
Oh, amazing. And Vicky, tell us about your journey and career through London. What did you enjoy? What were the highs, the lows,
Well, it took a while to get a job in London. And back in the day, there wasn't LinkedIn. There was, what was the magazine again? You looked in the back. It's like Design Week.
Yes. Right.
Design Week.
Yeah.
I used to subscribe to that whilst I worked in like bars in Camden. And earned nothing. But I looked in Design Week and applied to everything. I worked at a sales call centre because the guy said he could get my portfolio in front of us. I tried everything, honestly. Wow. And then I eventually got a job down in Goring-on-Thames when I was living in Seven Sisters.
Yes.
So I had to get up at 5:15 every morning to get into work for 9 o'clock because I had like bus, aeroplane, boat, tricycle to get to work. So that was my first, it was called Media Focus.
Yeah. Still there?
No. I changed the focus into a different word entirely after working there for 6 months because they weren't nice. It wasn't a great place. But George Michael was next door, so I used to be in the cafe with him. So it was fun. That was exciting. And then so I had a couple of jobs in various agencies, in different industries, and I changed from being a web designer to going to graphic design, and then I always wanted to be a creative director, so that was kind of my goal. Yeah. So I did become a digital director, which you wouldn't think so now because anything digital, I'm like, please, Carol, go to Carol.
She just goes, what about print? What about print? Remember print? That's all I hear.
Print is not dead. All the time. So, and then that's what, I always wanted to do that. So got that, and then I went travelling for a year with my now husband, and got back, and then my friend at the time said, well, why don't you join me and we'll set up this company that I had, which was called Monogram London.
That was in 2010, was it?
That was in 2010, yeah. My goodness, you know my life better than me.
I do. I've got 4 cards. Guys, I know exactly where you've been. Do my homework.
So that, I've got some great experience working with some really brilliant people, and seeing how teams work together in different agencies. Often web was very separate to the print, and then you had art workers. That was a different thing. And you had the marketers, and then the client project manager. It was huge. So that was quite an interesting learning curve, really. Yeah,
it's really cool. And then kind of you were in the agency world probably from the start, but very different setting for yourself, Carol. Probably worked with agencies, did you, in that sort of time frame? Can you?
No, well, not really agencies, because the company, it had 98 subsidiaries around the world, so it was an absolute mammoth of this company was kind of dictated all digital from kind of aerospace to manufacturing to textiles to fashion to Formula 1, anything to do with fabrics. Cool. It managed. So it was a beast. But events and things were brilliant. So it was good.
I love it. You've had a great time.
You forget, don't you? When you
look back
and I go, gosh,
I'm like, there's some names on here. There's some absolutely powerhouse brands and names that we could drop. I was like, guys, as I was writing this down, this is amazing, but absolutely fascinating. But I was then curious. So Tom and I were chatting off air as well about the marketing landscape in Cumbria, and we are a bit sleepy, aren't we? Cumbria, it's gorgeous, it's fabulous, we love it. But we often find that we've learned Cumbrian firms will go to London, they'll go to Manchester for their marketing. Have you guys experienced that? And why do we do that? Why do companies do that?
I think it's a perception, isn't it, that, we are we always say we're 10 years behind, really, with technology and everything and travel, and because I think we're so isolated. We're a little drop, and then there's big cities are, an hour away at least, aren't they, an hour and a half. So we've just not caught up, I think. So I think, even running a business, if you were looking to outsource, you'd be thinking, well, it's got to be London, it's got to be Manchester, that's where the teams are, that's where the skills are. But then you kind of forget, that we've all moved on and people are moving back home and bringing the skills and experience and setting up agencies like we've done. So you do have that, and I think maybe 10, 20 years, they just didn't have that opportunity, so they've always just gone further afield. So they've maybe not caught up with the fact that times have moved on. Business owners.
Interesting. You've got different perspectives on that.
Yeah, but I also think a lot of businesses here as well they're still not sure whether marketing works, or they've maybe use someone here and it hasn't worked because they've not waited for it to hit in.
Got you.
But I think also it's they'll, because they maybe don't understand it, they'll think they have to throw money at it and go to an agency.
Got you.
And say, well, and we had that in London where people who, we worked with some great companies when I was in Monogram, but they go and work with the likes of Saatchi because the people who were doing the project and in charge of the brief were really scared of failing. So they'd go to the biggest and the best because they didn't know what else to do, and they thought, well, that's fail safe. And I think that's what happens here, where they're not sure what the process is or how they get the right outcomes. They'll go, well, I'll go with a big company because surely they'll know, whereas actually they probably get a junior and they pay through the nose, and you don't get that personal relationship. So I think it's knowledge and education, really.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I can see that as well. Absolutely. And you mentioned before about wanting to create sort of an agency that you guys wished you had access to when you were younger. What experiences kind of shaped wanting to create that? There've been some good stuff, there've been some not such good stuff. What was it that you were wanting to create when you decided to join Hutch?
I think it's when you come back and you think, well, you've moved from London where the opportunities that, whatever city you are, is a lot more than there is here. And when we both moved back 12 years ago, there wasn't any agency. It was really, marketing was, trying to look for a marketing role. It was like one. So you were thinking, well, where am I going to go? So I think it was not having that opportunity and choice, really, to go, well, there's lots to keep kids here. Like you're going to art college, you're going to college, you're getting your education here, aren't you? And then there's no other opportunity but to move away. And the bright lights of the big cities are the draw, isn't it, as well? So we're thinking, well, if we can build something that keeps people here, because not everybody wants to move away. Loads of my friends stayed because they just wanted to be at home with their friends and family, and it's comfortable, isn't it? And it's a lovely place to live. So I think having that lovely opportunity, a space where it's welcoming and people can grow and learn, come and learn on the job. So we do definitely wanted, that was a passion of ours, wasn't it? A real key value of just trying to make something that we can try and employ and encourage people to stay.
And I think also I just wanted somewhere that people could go that had nice bosses. But because we've had really, at so many agencies, I've just seen what not to do or how not to treat people. There'd be one agency where you'd work till 1 o'clock in the morning, but you still had to be in at 8:30, even though work started at 9. And if you had nothing to do and you finished on time, you would be watched leaving. Wow. And that just doesn't create a nice culture, and especially creative one. No. So it was almost a bit of an experiment as well to, I'm not saying we're nice and whatever we want. People still have to work and we still have to do things. But I think it's just making sure that people feel respected and have the space to learn, like you're saying, and just enjoy work.
Nice balance as opposed to London's a different kettle of fish though, isn't it? You're still so competitive that you have to be on the top of your game. You have to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's really interesting to get your take on that.
And why did you? We're throwing it right back at you. What?
And I feel like I'm getting interviewed. This is not how this works, guys. Why? To be honest, I don't know. I think I got a bit bored. It was really bad. And I could feel like I need to do something else. Yeah. And where I was at the time, I think there was the head of marketing role, but there was 14 of us in the team.
That's quite big.
That is big.
Big team. So that was probably, the odds were not in my favour. And that post has still not become vacant yet. Wow. 8 years later, 7 years later, that role still hasn't become vacant. So I was like, oh no, I feel like I need to do something else. I don't know what. I don't know what it is, but I kind of packed up my laptop and was like, right, I'm just going to go and freelance and see what happens. So, here
we are.
It's kind of laughter and tears all at the same time.
It really is, isn't it? We should definitely do this with Prosecco or alcohol, guys. We'll do that. That could be the after dark. Hey guys, it's me. Sorry for interrupting the podcast. I know you hate it when I do, but please can you like and subscribe to the Chatterjack Pod if you don't already. It helps us grow the podcast more than you'll know. Cheers. But then I guess about the team, you touched on, there's now 8 fabulous humans work with you, and we see them on LinkedIn. We love seeing their stuff as well.
And a few dogs. They're not actually working though.
We're getting more dogs than humans.
Yeah, they are. We're overrun by 4-legged friends. They're so cute.
I love it. Well, we've got Pip is mine.
Oh, yeah.
And Finley hasn't been in the office for a while, actually, Tom. I remember we'd sad about this. But I think he's coming in next week.
Oh.
So,
Get him on the socials.
Was that the sign for next week?
yeah. I love that. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Next week, it's Tom's birthday at the weekend, so he'll be in next week. But Finley's gone from we've got lines on the wall, when you've got kids, we've got Finley lines on the wall. Yeah, it's so cute. But the team, so we creatives, we know keeping a team of creatives motivated can be fun, challenging, comes with its own obstacles. How do you guys do it? Do you have your own styles?
I think the first thing we've always said is no egos.
Yeah.
Again,
Okay.
working in the design industry, in the agencies, the amount of egos, it's like no egos. But I think because, and you probably talk about it as well, we always say to clients, values are really, really important. They shape culture. And I think because we wear our values on our sleeve, it kind of attracts people who have the same values.
Yeah.
So every single one on the team are incredible. No one has an ego. Everyone they just support and share each other. Not share each other. Support each other. They'll work together. Someone will take something else on if someone's busy.
Yeah.
I think it's that, and they're incredibly talented, which helps.
Yeah.
But I think the main thing is, they're just really lovely people and kind.
And I think also that we've not got, some companies that are big that have come from, there's such a hierarchy and a structure upon structure where you're reporting in and then there's somebody above. We don't have that. Everybody's on the same level and everybody brings something unique to so as a team we're really, really strong. Individually they're strong, but everybody's on that same level. There's nobody you're reporting into and that kind of pressure, and that's something that I didn't want. We're all equal in there, like you say about no egos. We're all equal.
Lovely.
Yeah,
That's so interesting because the layers.
It makes a difference, and I think when you've got that peer, that pressure of reporting in, and I just think it becomes so. I don't think it makes a nice culture.
No, it makes quite stress as well. Doesn't it?
It's stressful, and I think it puts you're worrying about that as opposed to getting headspace for the actual work.
Yeah.
And I think everyone, we all meet, we all chat. Everyone knows what they need to do.
Yeah.
And because there's trust there already, I think that's where it boils down to. Because we trust them.
Yeah.
Because they're all brilliant.
Yeah.
You don't have to micromanage or do anything like that because the work will get done and to an amazing standard. So
and welcome their creative. If they think that bring your suggestions, bring your ideas. If you've got a great way and you want to, just say, and we're always like, a brilliant idea, go for it. Run, push. So
It's a really supportive environment as well, isn't it? And that it's hard to create, but it sometimes can be hard to manage and motivate if you've got maybe a couple of sticky things.
Yeah.
Have you had instances of that? Have you had to overcome anything a bit sticky that you've gone, how do we do this?
every month, there's something sticky. Not always to the people, or we'll lose a client.
Yeah.
We have just recently lost a big one. But everyone pulls together, and it's the nature of an agency. And I think, we do often say not everyone is made for agency at all.
it's fast paced.
It's fast paced.
You're juggling balls, aren't you, at the same time? And I think that can be quite stressful.
It can be a lot.
Type of person.
Yeah. And I think, that's why we've got like a Debbie and things like that, because you need someone who can understand and organise and manage, but also I think when everyone's first started, they've had a couple of weeks or months of wobbles because they're like, there's so much to do. And you go, actually there isn't. You just need to
prioritise.
Do 5 things through the day instead of one big project, or so it's that learning curve that's quite a big wobble, I think, for everyone when they first. Well, you know what it's like.
Agency life's wild.
It is wild.
It is wild. It is not for everyone.
Or the faint-hearted.
No.
Yeah, and we've found that we've had some great people be in the studio, and we've been like, what can we do to help and things like that, and then it's just not been right. So some people are great freelance or great kind of in-house, and I think you've got to find that as a creative as well.
Absolutely. That's interesting. That is really interesting. I've never really thought about it like that either. Yeah. So because we can, I think we collectively we can focus on a few different things at the same time.
Yes.
Do we also? Oh God, now we're getting into it, aren't we? Do we also need that challenge? Like, could you go back into working in-house now you've been in agency? I think that's my question.
No. You mean working for somebody else, or
Just working on
your own stuff? Maybe just working. If you were put in charge of working for just Hutch's marketing, would you be okay with that? Do you need the challenge of other brands, clients, everything?
I think I would make up more stuff to do.
You would
just be like, I like to joke. I think we're both similar. I thrive on chaos. I thrive. I don't think the team are just like, I'll have a million different thoughts at the same time. It's typical marketing, but be able to just juggle, dip in and out, home life, kids. Got to do this, and I thrive on that. Yeah. I think if I'm just sitting, I'm no good at just sitting and thinking, and I need to be doing. Yeah. So I definitely thrive on.
Yeah.
Chaos.
I think because I worked in fair trade for a long time once I had my first, I found that really interesting at first because there's quite a lot to learn about fair trade. Yeah. And then the team, it was a silo. So I was like, well, there's quite a lot for me to do internally to make sure people use, because in fair trade they went to Saatchi's for campaigns. And I was like, you've got a really great in-house design team here that you're using for leaflets. Yeah. So it was about 2 years of getting all of that sorted and working out things, and then that was the point where I was like, right, I'm ready to leave now. There's not a challenge or anything to do. So, and I think in-house is great. I think you get some really, really great creatives, and they often get kind of shoved under the carpet because people don't realise that the council have got great ones and things like that. It's just utilising them properly and briefing them properly, and then you get the best out of it.
Yeah, they get kind of put in a little box, don't they? Well, they're just doing one thing and that's all they do. But actually when you speak to them and they go, well, you see my CV, I can do all of these other things, but they're just maybe pigeonholed because there's somebody else to do that bit, But in agency, you do it all.
You get access to everything, can't you?
You get different clients and interesting clients, and it's different days, isn't it?
Yeah. I love it all because I like to know stuff.
Yes, I like to know stuff too.
I've got that down. I know.
Like to know stuff.
Actually, my line said, and I found this was on Google, where is it? It said that Carol likes to know as much about everything as possible.
Yeah, nosy.
And curious.
Yeah, that's a good, better word.
Nice. I mean, that is one of our values, curiosity.
Mine too.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Curious.
That is nosy.
Yeah, just like to know stuff. But because then I was going to ask you about how, I already know the answer, but how do you keep on top of learning about all the new stuff, obviously all the AI stuff that's coming out? How do you keep on top, and as we say, I like to know everything. How do you do that?
Too much screen time, and it goes, you have been on your screen time for 14 hours a day. How has that happened? I'm not actually that bad, but I'll just sit and scroll, not on rubbish or anything. I'm down a rabbit hole of like something will pop up about Meta and I'm in it. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just like, and I'm sending it to Harriet and I'm sending it to you. Look at this, look at that. And right. It's 11 o'clock at night. But I love anything technology. Yeah. I just love it.
Fascinating.
So I can't, if I could go off and do courses all the time, I would definitely go off and learn more. Yeah. I like it. Rather than just scrolling on Instagram for nothing. You know what I mean? I like to, go down a rabbit hole of learning technology.
How do you keep up to date with stuff, Vicky?
I've got Carol. I've got a Carol.
Well, actually, no, I wanted to ask you, this was Tom's question, actually. I thought it was good. You said, how's design and what's changed? Has there been a shift culturally or just in design in general since you sort of started out to kind of how you are and how you operate now? Has there been a shift?
In design, I think what's valued is speed.
Okay.
Quite a lot of things. And there's a shift happening again to kind of the 90s thing. So you've got your David Carsons and things like that starting to come back, where you take the time to make mistakes and stick things on and, layer things and do all of that type of stuff. But I think there was a shift to be really slick. Everything became quite samey, and you've always had fashion in design, but it's got quicker and quicker and quicker. So I think we had lost that individual or like really impactful design that then starts a trend of something really big and following, you know, if you think about all of that. So what was I watching? It's a new series I'm watching with my husband. I can't remember but it's almost like the beginning of Seven. I went to the cinema 3 times just to watch the beginning of Seven because I loved the intro of it.
Cool.
You know, and you see all people start to emulate more David Carson's as opposed to your Jaguar kind of stuff. So I think the shift is starting to come back to maybe a bit more crafty things, but speed was the thing that's the downfall, I think.
I feel like we went through the beige girl era.
Yeah.
It's all beige.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's move forward from that, shall we?
Bland brands.
Yeah.
They just look the same, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, is it not? Yeah, kind of a templated.
Yeah. And I think
they're all the same.
That's the problem. Everyone.
And AI.
Canva didn't help, but it does help if you do it properly. But you see there's just the same. And I know accessibility has got a lot to do with the logos being simpler.
Yeah.
But, you know, you think of Coca-Cola and all the old school brands that really have a unique element to it. We're losing that a little bit.
It's interesting. And so from your design perspective, how do you create accessible, inclusive design? Is there a sort of a process you go through? How does that happen?
I think we talk to the clients a lot. A lot of it is who are they for first, because, you know, if you make everything accessible, you're opening a whole new world. I think it's like 16 million people are registered disabled from neurodiversity to registered blind, all that type of stuff.
Got you.
So I think you used to get a design and then a black and white version that was called accessible.
Okay.
But now when we talk to clients, we're like, it's like when you do websites, you have even if it's on a poster, you have your title, you have your content. Yeah. You make sure that the colour contrast is right. It's that simple. It's not War and Peace. I mean, PDFs and websites are different because of the readers. Yeah. But if you design to make sure that the white space on everything. Love space. And also, you know, there's things, tools you can use to make sure that your War and Peace copy that you put on a poster distills it down to like 150 words or something. It's all you need. That's it.
Yeah. People don't read great big reams. We know that on the websites and booklets and things like that. People just, social media, just scroll and you just kind of get the first top line, don't you, really?
Yeah, absolutely. And from your perspective, Carol, from creating a marketing campaign, how have you noticed trends, shifts? What's happened? I mean, it changes fast, right?
It does.
But what are you forecasting as well? I want to know. So what's happened? What shift have you sort of seen more recently? And then what are you forecasting?
I think that human element is definitely on. You're smiling, are you excited for that? I think we've been through the dull, the samey. The AI has had a huge impact on everything, hasn't it? People can do everything themselves, and then you're just losing trust. You're losing trust. You know, everyone's talking about the LinkedIn. You can tell it's been AI, and all the tools now are flagging it up. This looks like it's been written by AI everywhere you go. So it's just lost that human touch, that human element that makes us human. You know what I mean? Like empathy and emotion and you're sad or happy. And I think people are just absolutely craving that back. So campaigns that I think that are going to work or be just a bit more believable and authentic are just something with that human element behind it rather than just churned out AI rubbish.
Yeah, the same. And we hear that as well. I think somebody was saying the other day about it's just the churn, and if you can get your AI bot to do it, well then so can everyone else. So what's the differentiator?
I think there's definitely a space for AI. I absolutely love it. I know you love it, but what I love it is that admin. You know, admin. It's just, you know, doing this, filling this form in, creating this, you know, if you could get rid of that and and just things put, automatically just fills your Excel sheet for you so that you know who's attending an event.
Yeah.
It's that sort of thing rather than the manual.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Absolutely all for that if it can help take away the admin so that you've got a bit more time for that creative thinking and space to think strategically for a client and think, oh, we could do something rather than, well, actually, I've got to fill in a million forms and, onboard you with this. And so, I love it in that bit. But I think we need some humans back.
Yes. Yes. The humans aren't over yet, guys.
No.
You heard it first.
They've not beat us yet.
We're not being cancelled. I love it. And then I guess we were talking as well about your slogan. So we've got brand marketing magic. So from both, I don't know who to start with now. I'm like, where do I go? What makes a brand impactful?
I'll let you do that, little brandy.
Well, again, it's just back to knowing your audience. You need to be impactful to that person, because you can be impactful, like the Jaguar campaign, to millions and it's the wrong people. So being impactful to someone is making sure that you're speaking to them, and that's it. Doesn't matter about the colours, and don't quote me on this, anyone, or the logo or anything like that. If you know your audience, like who you're for and why you're for them, whatever you do will impact them. Yeah. So you might impact that one person and not the 100, but you're impacting the right people. So I think that's what, and then you can package it beautifully. Yeah. And that engages people as well. But if you've got all the nice colours and you're saying the wrong things, it's not going to have any impact.
Right, we're going to have to get into Jaguar now because you mentioned it twice.
Sorry.
Come on, spill the tea. Give us it all. Get it off your chest.
I thought, I didn't. I think I said a little bit about it, but I held off because we know you get a brief, you deliver, and the client changes it, so it potentially isn't what they originally said, or the brief might have been to do that. So whoever the creative agency was, we won't name names. Yeah. They probably did an absolutely 100% spectacular job on the brief that they were given. Yeah. And then also, Jaguar were like, well, we need to get an audience that is none of us. None of us are ever going to get a Jaguar or we might have the money for it. Yeah. But it would never be my car, and that's what they were trying to do. So I don't know. I think if we can not like it and we can have opinions, but it wasn't aimed at us anyway. And I think that's the thing about brands. I think they didn't potentially do it in the right way for their current customers. I think if you're having a rebrand or a refresh, I think, keeping your heritage is good, but maybe you can do it in a way that doesn't make it feel like you're kicking out the people who've supported you for decades. Yeah. I think that was the downfall as well, because on YouTube you got tons of men of a certain age just furious, and a lot of design directors furious, and I think if they'd done it in a way that you engage a new audience, but you can still be mindful of the people that you've still got is the balance, really.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? These heritage brand, the same with Burberry, when it kind of lost its way when the football hooligans took over the brand, and it's taken them a long time to get that back. But now they've really gone back to their roots, gone back to their heritage. They know who their clients are, they know their audience, and they just stick with those. But it's unfortunate, I think, when the young ones come and take your brand, because it becomes popular or it becomes accessible for them, with the price point. So as soon as you start turning, we'll just do this, lower mid-range where you can actually afford it, and then that's where you see that dilution of brands, I think. So it's got to be careful.
It's all strategy, isn't it? I think it boils down to if you're wanting to try and get a new audience, you need to really work on your strategy around it, and then that helps you do it right.
Because I think we were reading about Jaguar, and at the time they've launched the rebrand, they weren't producing cars. No, so going from
they weren't going to do for 2 years. They weren't going to produce cars.
So I think are we in the second year of no production? So there's a lot of massive hype in the marketplace about the rebrand. Everyone was talking about it, but you can't get a Jaguar anyway. No, I think that's
the worst timing ever for
well, they stopped the old ones, didn't they? And it was a new one that they were going to pull out. So
Yeah, so I think they stopped making I think I might be right. I don't know if I'm right. This one, I'll get shot down on TikTok about this, but I think they stopped making the combustion engine and going complete electric.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So obviously that transition, it's a whole refit factories, all
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. And they've obviously, from a marketing campaign perspective, Carol.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh gosh, yeah, I'm going on holiday for 2 years. I'll come back when you're making cars.
Yeah, it made a splash and nothing.
I know. Like drop the mic and run.
Yeah. So we maybe wouldn't recommend that, would we?
No, let's not do that. No.
Okay, that doesn't make a good campaign, guys. If you're listening out and thinking about it,
not what to do.
You can imagine what happened was someone on the board said, why don't we just do this and we'll create a list. People have to put the name on a list for these new cars because that's what loads of people, all those influencers who've made 100,000 overnight say. Get people, open up something and get people on the waiting list. So that's what they've seen some TikTok and someone on the board have said, let's do that 2 years in advance. Wow. It's a big list.
I think there's probably some elements of truth in that as
well.
Yeah, so it's scary. Yeah, you're absolutely right, because I've seen them as well. I get targeted those all the time. So you mentioned then about a rebrand. So when a client approaches you about a rebrand or they're going to change direction or audiences, how do you start that process? What do you look out for? Are there red flags that you think, absolutely not?
Laughing because I know Vicky's head will be going now. Vicky just talks in background, don't you?
Yeah.
No, that's what
Just
Vicky
say
says.
no.
She just the finger comes out.
Just be nosy. Yeah, it's being nosy and saying, well, why? What's the problem?
Yeah.
And usually it's like something's not working. We need a rebrand, and it's like, well, who's this rebrand for and who did it, and then what's the strategy around it? So I really, really annoy them for probably the first meeting to say, do you need a rebrand? Often they don't. It's just the messaging needs changed or the positioning. So I do put ourselves out of work sometimes because I'm like, well, actually your brand's really nice. Or you maybe just have a logo and colour palette but you haven't got brand language around it. So get your positioning right in your messaging so you know who you're talking to, and then create a proper brand language around it so you've got your assets and things. And so they don't need a rebrand often. They're not. They just haven't done that bottom foundation bit first.
I know, because everyone just thinks branding, it's just a logo part.
Every time. Yeah, I've got my iceberg analogy that I bore everyone
go on,
with.
give us it.
So you got the top of your iceberg. It's a lovely little graphic.
Yeah.
Oh, you need this up on the podcast.
Yes, Tom will put this in here.
Yeah, it's like the weather girl. And on the tip of the iceberg is the word logo.
Yeah.
And then next to it, it says branding. And then you've got logo, colour palette, iconography, tone of voice. So that's the tangible bit. I always say that's the bit that everyone sees. That's your Nike tick.
Yeah.
Everyone goes, or your Apple.
Yeah.
And everyone goes, I want to be like Apple.
Yeah.
I want a logo. And you say, well, what else do you have? So the bit underneath it is the bit that I always tell people, whether they've got a brand or not, or they want a refresh. It's like the bit underneath is the bit that's holding up the tip of the iceberg, because it's the massive underneath the water icebergs.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's the bit you need to focus on, which is your vision and your why and your mission and your positioning and your audience, and all of this stuff is the bit that then you can then logo.
Yeah.
So that's the iceberg.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's a great analogy, that as well, because it is
You
you
can
more underneath.
But there's tons underneath, and and that's what kind of anchors the iceberg, and everyone can see the logo, holds it up.
We were having a debate as well. You like this one about the Hermes Every debate, and they rebranded went from Hermes to Every, and what changed apart from the name?
Yeah,
that's the question. Someone asked me. I was like,
I don't know.
Was it a tax thing? Was it like Marathon that went to Snickers, or did it do the other way around?
Could have been.
Nothing changed, but it was a tax.
Ah, there we go.
It was back in the day. Was it Marathon? It went to Snickers.
It was, yeah. Was that in the 90s? 80s?
Oh, yeah. Loads of them did it.
Unless they were...
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Well,
yes,
this is what I heard, but also it was back in the day, and I was probably 8 or something. But we're just working with a company who is rebranding and renaming because the company that bought them out is merging names. So that's where that's come from. So it could be that they had 2 investors and they wanted to.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's that as well. You get some little. investor egos that want to.
Well, like, well, nothing changed, did it? Because you've just put a plaster over it. Yeah.
Same service.
Yeah. I'm still looking for some of my parcels from Christmas, I'm sure. Don't know where they are. In the hedge.
You are not sponsored by Every.
Absolutely not sponsored. And as soon as I see it on a website, I'm like, oh, can I just have DPD or Royal Mail, please?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then UPS, when the UPS come, I'm like, oh, yeah, we know we're going to get that on time. We've gone on a tangent. I love it. I'm here for it. I know. I knew this was going to happen. Tom told me I wasn't allowed to do this as well.
Surprised he's not circling right
because I keep on track. I'm like, sorry, Tom. But so then, I guess we'll talk a bit more about Hutch. Let's get back. We'll bring it back in. Let's talk about Creative Hutch. So we've grown the team.
Mm-hmm.
How much fun / challenging has it been? What's the journey been like? Growing the team, growing the clients, being in Cumbria. We mentioned before about people often want to leave the county. How have you found that whole messy middle?
Messy middle.
That was the laugh tells it all. It's slightly psychotic laugh.
No, it's just like, oh, messy middle. I think
You can have that one, Carol. I'll let you have that.
The messy middle just puts it in your life. I think the growth was easy. I think looking back on it, there was 2 of us, then there was 3, then there was 4, and then from 4 we quickly went to 7 and 8 really fast, didn't we, over the 2 years? The right people, but I think that was an easy transition. It just fit because we were getting more clients, we were growing. It was a natural thing, it wasn't forced. And then you kind of hit the unsteadiness. I think.
But 2 of them 2 people contacted us, and we didn't need anyone at the time, but they were just so fabulous that we're like, let's just get them and then find work.
Love it.
And it wasn't
bold.
Well, this is it. The thing is, we often don't think about what we're doing, and we will just do it and then panic after the fact. You have to, I think, sometimes, because we'd still be sitting above the Bobby's hairdressers, kind of
just the 2 of us,
which wasn't a bad thing, but I think you've just got to be bold sometimes. And I think also hiring people is the hardest thing. Finding the right people, as we were saying.
Finding the right people in Carlisle is so hard.
So you have to if you think they're going to be right, you've just got to
if
do it and then panic.
Exactly. There was too good to let go.
Oh, I love
let them pass. I'm like, well, how would you feel if they went somewhere else? And it's like, oh, no, we've got it. Right, okay. And that was kind of our, wasn't it? So would you be happy if they weren't? No, God, right, that's it. That's enough for us. So
I love that.
There was no more thinking than that was.
That's about it, really.
We'll make it work.
And I think doing it together as well, because you know how hard it is. And, we support each other. So I'll wake up in the night kind of not being able to breathe and panicking and texting Carol going, oh my God. And she's like, it's fine, don't worry about it. And then next month, Carol does it. So, I think that helps you.
Not great when we do it at the same time.
No, that's
then Debbie's like that.
The beer fridge in the office is empty at breakfast time.
It's had espresso martinis for breakfast. It's one of those days.
That's a genius idea. I like that.
No, we should do that.
It's hard, and I think actually we've been very lucky in our growth and the clients that we've had, because we've got some great clients in Cumbria. However, it goes back to what we were talking about with being a little bit behind, and the value that people put on brand and marketing for their business here is and it's no shade whatsoever, it's just where everyone is at the moment. So
and it's the first thing.
It's the first
thing to go, isn't it? I mean, everybody's struggling. Everybody's feeling the impact of, just everything, aren't they? With money and cash flow and everything. So it's the first to go. So which filters down, doesn't it, across everybody? And you can see the challenges, and you think, well, just don't stop the marketing or anything, just because then,
it's the best time to do it.
Well, you have all the hot takes on that as well as to why you shouldn't.
Well, you just need to get, so that when people do come out, your engine's still running. You're kind of a step ahead rather than just stopping everything. But we see that, don't we? And
my husband works for a travel company up here, and they're struggling with what's happening with the war,
Yeah.
as lots of travel people are, and they're culling some of the marketing spend. But what's interesting is they said that in COVID, the travel companies that put more money into marketing flew. Yeah. And I know it's almost against everything that your body tells you to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you put more money into marketing, then you get that work, you get that because no one else is doing it because everyone's pulling back the marketing. So it's like almost the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There is. There's a lot of stats on that as well, isn't there? Yeah, it's true. It is so true. We can't get away from it. And you've been there. You've been that constant voice, or on the socials, or dropping the message, whatever it is, whatever that touch point is. You're absolutely right. So then I guess big clients versus smaller clients, same approach. How do we go around approaching a bigger client rather than a smaller client? Maybe let's go for one based in Cumbria, one based in London. One's a team of 10, one's a team of 200. How do we approach those? Do we approach them the same, differently? Is Vicky still there with her?
Always.
I think, that's it. I mean, no matter if it's a small or a large client, you still get Vicky and I, and we've always said that. It's important. You referred to it before, that, if you went to such and such, you might just get the junior, it might be the work experience person, but, you meet the big, the big dog, and then it's just like straight down to here's the junior. Well, we don't allow that, and I think it's kind of something that we're both passionate about, keeping. We still have that touch point with the client, and the onboarding process is exactly the same, whether you're, if you're small or large. I want you still to have that personal onboarding and personal experience with us, and always be able to pick up the phone to us. I don't ever want to lose that.
And I think it's not the size of the company. I'm sometimes saying something else here. It's not the size of the company that counts. It's the person, because it's how much they understand and value what it is you're doing and bringing to the table. So you can have, we love working with the big clients because usually they're marketing teams and they understand everything.
Yes.
So they leave you to it. Yeah. That's when you get the big results, because they know that you know what you're talking about.
Yes.
But you could get someone who is, we've just had a great local company, and there's just two of them starting out. She came from marketing.
Cool.
Dream. Absolute dream client. So we all still work in the same way onboarding, but she just gives us the agency to go and do what she wants, what her vision is. Yeah. But then you could get a company that's 100, but they don't really have a marketing team. So it's someone who doesn't understand it, and they will micromanage, change things, not sure what they want to achieve. Yeah. And I think that's where our processes change, because then we have to sit with them and just say, look, this is our process, just making sure they're comfortable, almost that kind of educational piece, because we don't know what they do, like day to day, so they don't know what we do. Yeah. So the process tends to shift dependent on the person's understanding of
experience.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I feel that to my car. I understand that. I get that. Like chameleons sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Acne and chameleons.
Yes. Therapists.
Yeah.
Get that.
And we all had a client, don't we, that just rings up for a chat. Many times we've gone, do you need anything? No, just not. Have a, all right, okay, bye.
I've had a client who's texted me a menu and asked me what they should choose.
Yeah.
Stop it.
They were at the airport and said, I'm so tired. Look, what do you think I should choose on the menu? I was like,
it's like nighttime and just whatever you want. Bye.
I loved it.
I love this.
That's when it tips over to personal now. This relationship's gone, Like,
I'll just have the sea bass. Just something good. Whatever's on there. But then I guess then we need to cover about the Hutch Academy. So we've talking about before about young people. So we've read a bit about Hutch Academy, but could you bring that to life for us a little bit? Tell us about it. Where did it come from?
I know. I think the last 3 years we've had placement students from school. We've had 14 right up. College leavers, all sorts of people. And we normally take on about six. About
work
6 a year.
A couple of proper full-time summer interns.
Yeah, we had summer last summer.
Summer?
We had summer for 3 months.
Yeah.
So she was in between doing her final year at Leeds Uni, doing marketing and communications. So she came to us and she was brilliant. And we've had 2 Or one? 2 this year already,
We've
have
had
we?
one, and
One.
we've got
And we've
Tom
got
in,
another.
who's a supported intern.
Yeah.
With Right to Work, who are in Cumbria, and they help people with disabilities get into workplaces.
Amazing.
Which is so interesting. But he is so talented.
Brilliant.
So if anyone needs an illustrator,
Yeah. Tom's a good guy.
he's just really arty, and I think we're trying to get him into the illustration sphere because
Interesting.
he hasn't got like the Adobe stuff.
Got you.
But he's really clever. Just his work is brilliant. So it's been on a live project which we're about to launch, and it looks so cool, doesn't it?
And he's going to continue to come in and use the studio, and he just loves the environment and loves coming in, doesn't he? He's just become, his confidence has grown so much. So we welcome all that, and we love it. And it doesn't cost you anything to just support and open the doors. So we've got another 4 students coming over summer, and we get requests all the time. So I try and I can't say no. I'm just like, come in, come on. And she's like, how many have we got?
We've got to do actual work because we do. Yeah, we do sit with them, so they have like at the end of the week Dragon's Den.
Oh, I love it.
So we give them they have to set up their own business. So Henry came in the other week and he set up his own music business. So I made him go to the music shop and interview the music man. And then we say find the name, do some research, the whole shebang of the business. And they go around working with the branding first and looking at the messaging, and then the marketing team and the design team, and then they'll film, and then they present to everybody the business and the price points and all of that.
Yeah, and then they have to present to us, and we do Dragon's Den and ask them loads of questions, and and then they present.
I wanted when I was at school.
Yeah,
that's the thing. You don't just want to make coffee or stack shelves or something. You want to actually experience the work.
But they're so good. Like, we were in awe of, last year. I'm just like, oh my God, I've never have had the confidence at 15 to present with such clarity and confidence. And I was just like, I had to be like that.
I need my notes. It was so good.
Yeah, and they were really good and really passionate. One they had design school, was one gymnastic, and they were really good. So I'm dead excited to. That's why I keep on more. Come.
Yeah, that's it. And there are some really, really talented people in Cumbria. They really, really are.
But that's it. There is, and if you're just given that insight of what it's like to work in like a creative space, I think. That's part of, apart from curiosity being a value, like inspiring is. So like young kids and just freelancers and all sorts, anyone, just get them all excited about what they can do.
Yeah. Do what you can achieve. Well, we know, I think, I might be wrong here, I think we know the people that illustrate and animate for Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh, really?
Really? And guess what? They're in SEA 28.
All right.
No. Yeah. So I'll sort that out.
Yes. Oh, that would be
definitely
do
my
best.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think they're animators, illustrators and animators. So yeah.
Oh, that would be incredible. Thank you.
Well, this was good.
Yeah.
That was good. I'm
love
pleased
it.
I asked about the Hutch Academy now.
Yeah,
Very
love
good.
that.
So we can share talent now.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it. But it's so important, isn't it? And like back to that piece of why you've created Hutch. It's that thing that you didn't know existed in your early career or wanted to create that place for people. So you mentioned that you were up above Bobby's hairdressers.
Oh, yeah.
And we're not there now.
Shout out to Bobby.
My hair's going to start growing again.
Great hair. So tell us about the journey. We've got our own big place. Tell us about it.
I think we were overrun. We were like rabbits in a hutch. We were, we were with Quokka Media Group as well in our 2 little rooms. And they grew. So at one point we had 9 in a room half this size.
Well, the design team had a really big table and there's just 4 of us, and we were like...
And we were all... But then we loved it.
It was good.
But we were like, well, if you're not in, and then I'll just sit. And then at one point there was 3 on a desk of 1. And we were like, no, it's fine. So we were just sitting. Yeah, it was great times, but we just needed, somebody had a meeting. There was nowhere to go for the meeting.
And we were separated. The design and marketing team were entirely different rooms because it was lots of small rooms.
Okay.
And it felt like 2 different companies.
Yeah. So and you didn't want that? No. Back to what you were saying before. Yeah. Got you. Yeah. Right.
We got so lazy as well. It was just like, instead of walking through the door, just literally there, you were emailing or ringing. Could you do this? I think, you're 2 steps away. I couldn't bother to move. And now we can just holler.
I love it.
Yeah.
So it was kind of, I don't know, when was it? It was Simon Harrison's place that he'd bought the old nightclub, Legends, and the Twisted Wheel.
It was in the summer we went to see it when it was still
it was
a
in
nightclub.
the summer, so he just bought it and got planning permission for it. And we just won the Elite Awards. And Simon, I know, is that on there? That'll go nicely
We'll
in.
go through those in a minute.
So Simon presented the Elite Award to us for Emerging Business. And then it was after that, he said, Carol, you know, because he knew that I'd grown our space, and he said, come and look at this, it's the perfect place, it's on West Walls. And I was thinking, God, there's nothing on West Walls anymore. And then just looked at it and I was like, oh my God, Vicky, you've got to see this, it's going to be brilliant. And then that was it. You had architect drawings, and then we could see the vision, couldn't we? But when we went, it was incredible. The bar still there, nightclub still there, the bouncers lights were still there. There was still cups, you know, and the posters, £1.50 a pint, and it's brilliant. Yeah, sticky floors, everything was exactly the same.
The little chippy, because you used to be able to get chips.
Oh yeah, the canteen.
In all the nightclubs in Carlisle, you used to be able to get Pagoda, you used to be able to get chips and a burger
upstairs
in the
at a
pub.
cafe, yeah.
And they used to have the bouncers lights in Legends, which is where our space used to be. And there was 4 or 5 different colours. And if one of them went off, all the bouncers because it meant it was at that bar, and there was a pagger happening. The pagger, they called it. There was a fight. We're like, can we keep that? But they got rid of it, didn't they?
No, I think Simon's got them.
Has he kept them?
Yeah, I might ask him, see if we can get them back up.
Yeah, you can do definitely something cool with that.
It was nice because we did invest in it as well. So Simon did, but we invested. We got the air. We got everyone air. And the kitchens and the floor and the walls.
Yeah, we'd put a lot of money.
So we did put a lot of money into it, but to make it ours for the team as well.
And it's fab, yes,
It's
so
a
good.
brilliant space, and it's a place that creative people come. There's people from other businesses come down to co-work in the space that you've created as well, which is guys,
really nice.
Amazing.
It's really nice.
Well, that's it. Downstairs is our Hutchinson our co-working, so it's where Cocker Media Group, they are with us permanently. And then we've got 4 or 5 other businesses now, and charities, and some great businesses, and they just come in and love it. And nice space, just to come and go as they please. So it's nice little creative hub, and everyone's lovely. So
and you can get a nice pint next door at the West Walls, so that's great.
Oh, sounds great. You've sold. I'm coming. But yeah, it is. It's a fab space, and it's a big space as well, which is nice. And creative people, we always say we're not creative just between 9 and 5 Monday to Friday. No, it happens at all times of day. So having that freedom, that flexibility to pop in, pop out, and go next door for a beer with clients if you feel you can, whatever. Yeah, and just space. You do need headspace. Got a lovely view. You can see right over the fells and the trains that are going by. Love it. But I think having space and not clutter in it, that's good for your creative flow, isn't it? Like it. So then back to campaigns, clients. I've got 2 questions actually. Favourite campaign ever, marketing campaign. I'm going to come to you first, Carol. Favourite one, big, small, yours or another brand? What's your favourite campaign that you've gone, that was ace? Do you have one?
No. I don't know if she'd given me some prep questions before just coming on.
Shooting from the hip.
I know. I don't want to choose a big brand out there because it's I don't know what we've enjoyed. I mean, we've been working with Cumbria Accelerator, Enterprise in Cumbria, and we've been working with them for a couple of years now, and just seeing the growth, all month on month, and the results that they're getting. So we've just been running it just a full integrated campaign, not just doing a flyer or a little banner for an event or something, but kind of put a proper strategy in place across digital and print, didn't we? And then they've had events and everything. And I think just seeing everything and all the touch points come to life. And it's in Barrow as well. And they've had the Barrow billboard and then they've got the TV screens and flyers and leaflets and being able to track the QR code. They've actually thought a little bit, all right, this is now what we've been working for. And it's, they've actually gone, we've never had results like this. And now they've helped over, 700 businesses, just local. And you think, well, is there that many in Barrow and Cumbria? But and they're just overwhelmed by, could you just turn can we just dial down the paid ads, please? Because we can't, over Christmas, they were like, there's too many coming in. Yeah. So I've really enjoyed seeing their, their reaction to it. Oh my God, never in our wildest dreams did we think we would see these results. Yeah. So I think that's why I've chosen that, you know, and the branding was lovely, what you guys have done, and all of you're just seeing everything, the full suite of creatives. I love the branding when it comes to life, and then you can just get your hands on it and put it into practice. Yeah, so something like that,
Like it. Vicky?
I am going to choose a big brand.
And you would.
I'm going to go for Kit Kat.
Oh, go on.
Because I enjoy clever copy. I just love, and I love a brand that can have fun.
Yeah.
And I think it's rare, obviously, because some brands shouldn't be fun. Yeah. But I think some brands are scared and to be fun. I always say that to clients. It's like, your audience, you can play about a little bit. Yeah. And I think clever copy, you know, all the stuff with AI, you see just long things and boring things. But so copy always gets me. But
a pun.
Back in the day, I would have worked for the Mirror. You know, I would have done that. I love a pun.
I always liked threadbare carpets.
Oh yeah,
you know, I like the threadbare. Or you know, like something cut sort.
Oh, I love it. I love collecting hairdresser names, all of that type of stuff. Honestly, but the Kit Kat one, they've always played around with their little, you know, the things of like paws. But the one I really enjoyed, I think it was towards the end of last year, where they used ChatGTP. Did you see that?
Oh, I don't know.
And it was like, it put some stats in, and whether it was true or not, I'm not sure, but it really caught my attention because everyone was using a bit of Chatty. I always called it Chatty. So everyone was using a bit of Chatty, and they'd put in, write this out for me. But then next to it, they'd done another one saying, just take a 5-minute break and then write this out for me. And they said statistically, they did like A/B testing. When they told ChatGPT to take a 5-minute break, the results were better. And I didn't look into if this was true. But I thought that was genius. And it was like, even AI needs a break. But the I was a Kit Kat.
I love it.
Oh, I was so jealous that I didn't come up with that.
Yes.
It was need to work harder.
I know. It was, I just thought that's fun and it's relevant. And it's relevant, but not, you know, when people jump on the bandwagon and it makes no sense to their brand or it's just irrelevant. Yeah. Whereas this, I just thought that's someone who's really spent time thinking about that. The simplest is the best always. Loved it.
Oh, so you just want to I just want to work for Aldi. You know, on the social media. Oh, let me. They're brilliant. Whoever they are must just have an absolute blast.
The one they did for it when Oasis was in Manchester, that was brilliant.
They were just brilliant, though.
That's what it should be. It's like it's just fun. At this point, you can play with your brand because you're well known, aren't you? So
absolutely.
Yeah, I love it when they call people like, you know, all the other come after me, M&S, and I love it. It's just good fun, isn't it?
Yeah, as well. They're just naughty.
Yeah,
they're just naughty. What did you say? Is it 11 ABC, the one with no window? Everyone gets shit. Oh, the comments in there are hilarious. They get to me every time. I can't help it. I'm like, well, what do you expect? I don't care, but I love it. Well, that's interesting. Have you got another one brewing away now? We've gone Kit Kat. Are you still?
No,
are you sticking?
I was like, oh, who would I want to work for? Yeah, definitely. I'll do social media. Let me in.
Maybe
I bet everybody though, every influencer or social media person wants to work for them. Yeah, get away with murder.
M&S, I'd be up for M&S as well.
Yes, they're good fun as well.
Yeah, I love their copy. You know, in the Christmas time when they've got the really good POS and
have you seen the new compliments manager? Oh yes, love her.
They've got
on everything's so cool,
and they're speaking to all their. You can see they've got all their target audience, which is literally everyone from 0 to 95. Yeah. Or past 95 if you like, Max.
Yes,
I'm not.
Absolutely.
I'm not being
We're all there now, aren't we? We're all shopping there. Even they haven't got any other shops, so we're just like M&S. Yeah,
I love M&S.
Yeah, I do.
And Topshop's back.
Yes.
M&S.
That's where all my money went in London, wasn't it?
I knew one of you would be a Topshop girl.
Both of us were probably in the same, fighting over the same thing in London.
I worked behind Topshop in one of the design agencies. I said to my boss at one point, just pay Topshop my wages.
Yeah, just cut the middleman out.
It's the best I've ever been dressed though. No,
never. I was opposite
Topshop.
We were literally. See, there you are again. I was literally on.
I loved lunchtime in Topshop. That's all I did for an hour at lunchtime every day.
It's amazing what you can get in an hour.
I know. I'm delighted that Topshop's back.
Yeah, so I did.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of the designers go from Topshop to M&S. Or did
Did
they trim
they?
that up?
Well, I mean, they still had like John Lewis, Debenhams at the time, you know, and all. They were huge design, and M&S had a huge design team, like 100 designers, so massive at that time.
So cool, so cool. Well, got a couple more. So, this is naughty.
There we go.
Could you describe Vicky in 3 words?
Oh my God, that's...
Deaf.
What?
I should have started with short.
You didn't say physical attributes.
Oh, just short.
I mean, that's fact.
No, I'm only thinking because I was choosing my, you know.
Vicky, do you want to come in at this point? How would you describe Carol? 3 words, go.
Indecisive.
Oh yeah, I'm very.
We were still waiting.
I know. I'm sorry. I thought it'd moved on to you now. I'm like trying to choose the word of not clever, but
Not clever.
no, like clever, intelligent.
Where is this
I
going?
don't know. Yeah, you should have prepped me for this because now I've got deaf, short, and clever.
No, you said not clever.
No, that's four.
I'm
You can't
deaf,
have
short,
four.
and not clever.
Oh, chaotic, short, clever.
Wow.
I love that.
I'll come back to you in a minute with actual ones.
I don't know how.
Your headlines on LinkedIn.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Bossy.
I'll be thinking about this tonight.
Can we get a new drive home? I'm waiting.
Listen, I'm driving home. Carol's staying here after that.
Do you want to lift, Carol?
Yeah, just hanging out here. You should have given me a prep of that one.
Describe Carol, I would say funny, kind, and absolutely chaotic.
Yeah,
I love it.
I think we both have the chaotic.
Yeah, that's well. I read now that this might be Google might have done me dirty at this point.
Wow.
But I read that actually you have described yourselves as the Ant and Dec. There was a reference on Facebook.
It's about right.
Have we got the? Are we on the right side today?
Yes.
All right, fine. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Ant and Dec. Small.
Because people, when come to meet people, they're like, they sometimes call Carol Vicky, and then they go, oh, which one are you? And I was like, oh, yeah, we're definitely the Ant and
So we
Dec
have
of
to
the design
stand on
world.
the Ant and
That's
Dec.
hilarious. So I found that was on Facebook. And did we get the team to Barca? No, I read that on. I think it was Big Business Crack.
Yeah, we were going to go
Big
try and get to Barcelona, weren't we?
Has that happened yet?
Not yet, because
We
what
got them an
happened,
office.
we had,
Okay.
at that time, there was just 4 of us. So I was like, it's one of my favourite cities in the entire world.
Yes.
Love
And
it.
the Sagrada's finished. The Sagrada
Oh, is it
Familia
finished? Is the
yeah.
scaffolding
Almost.
down? Yeah, I think.
Almost. Yeah, the started taking it.
Go back. I love it. I love it. I love all Gaudi, everything. I even looked at how much it was to get married in one of the Gaudi houses. Quite a lot. So we were 4 at the time, and it was in my head it was a serious discussion. But then we suddenly I think we doubled within about 2 months, and it's like it's now going to be just too expensive for that. So
Can I have a word? Impulsive. We're going to go here. We're going to go there. Like, oh.
that's why we've got like 9 staff.
Let's do this. All right, okay.
But I think so. Then we just decided to go to Edinburgh instead.
Oh, it was good though, wasn't it?
It was good.
It was good, Edinburgh. Yeah.
Edinburgh's nice. Yeah. Barca. Right, okay, well, we'll have a joint.
We'll work.
Yeah,
on it.
we'll have a, yeah.
We'll get Oliver involved as well. We'll all
Oh,
go
there
and
you
do
go.
it.
Sorted.
I love that. I love it. Imagine that would be chaos.
Yeah,
We've just
never
recovered
get
from-
there or get home. Something
On
would
time.
happen. On
Oh.
time. We'd lose Ollie. Sorry, Ollie.
Well, we went to blooming Paris, didn't we? No, that was a... Yeah, anyway, that's a story for another day. I'm sure you can find that highlight on Instagram.
Oh, I'm looking
Well, I've
straight
seen the
away.
photos and stuff of you. And then, did you miss the train, or was it late?
The train, there was a bit of an incident on the line. So we were on the right train, on time, absolutely fine, which, if you know me personally, absolute miracle, thank you. They do happen. We were waiting, and the French lovely man came on the tannoy, and we all sat there like, that wasn't in my French GCSE. Can you say that again so we can Google Translate? No. So we all looked at each other like, I think we're going to have to get off. So thankfully there was this guy in front of us. It was like that. It was like a Hallmark movie. Oh my God, that's how I can describe it. Quintessentially British man, sharply dressed, briefcase, scarf. You can see it.
Yeah, I've got him in my
wool
head.
coat. Yeah. He turned around. He went, "Are you guys going to Liverpool or Manchester?" We're like, "Oh, Manchester." He was on the Liverpool flight, which was half an hour after ours, and he was flapping. There was a big flap. Straight on the Uber, I was like, right, we're going to be getting off at the next station. I'm ordering an Uber to pick me up from that station, pre-order, because by the time everyone else has cottoned onto it, we're not going to get one. So I was like, panic stations. Anywho, we got in the Uber. I was like, where do you go? And he went, oh, I'll wait for her, get in. So we got a taxi for 6 of us, all piled in. This man was like, we need to be at the airport in, I think we had 45 minutes to get through security. Well, Paris airport.
Yeah, it's massive.
Everyone's been to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Horrendous. Sian was panicking because she had a hair appointment the next morning. It was going to cost 120 quid if she didn't go. So it was just a saga. But we got back.
Yeah. Fun times.
The flight was delayed.
Oh, see, it was fair.
So fine.
Always works out in the end.
It we'd have just gone to the pub.
You'd just gone to the pub.
Yeah, we'd be fine.
Well, yeah, that was the other option. I was like, well, let's just go to the pub. We're here now, it's fine. What's going to happen?
Cancelled.
Exactly. We'll just go back to Central Paris and see the lovely lights on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be fine on the Eiffel. I couldn't even get my words out there. I was reminiscing. I went. So, awards. I've got a lovely list of them all here. It's nice to put Cumbria on the map. We won the SME Northern Enterprise Awards in 2022. Was that for Best Brand Designers? Yes, it was. We've been finalists in the EVAs for 2022, 2023 and 2024.
Yes.
Was it 3 years?
3 years.
3 years on the bounce. You mentioned before, Best Emerging Business. We won from the Elite Awards in 2024. We were shortlisted, this was my favourite, shortlisted for 3 Prolific North Creative Awards last year.
Yeah.
Guys, that's ace. Tell me about that, because there was some good
some big
competition.
There was, well, actually, when we were sat there and they showed the winners and we were like, and it was like huge brands, it was huge agencies, and they were huge budgets. Yeah. And our work did not have those budgets. So it was just nice being in the room. We met some incredible people.
Yes, it was good, wasn't
it? You know, it was nice to be shortlisted. That's what it's about, really, isn't it? It's like, but when they were showing the adverts, the winners, we were like, yeah.
And creative. Oh my God, we were just like that. Just nobody's looking at us. It was, one agency just won the whole lot. For 4 of the awards out of 5, and
they won all of them.
And it was just up and down. I mean, it was 25 awards that they won. So we're like, right, okay, yeah. Unless you work for them, you're not really getting a look in. But it was good, wasn't it? And we met some really good
amazing
people. And just nice to see the work that's out there.
It's cool.
Definitely.
Because you can get in your own little hub, can't you? So it's nice to visit other businesses, but other creatives. And, you know, we talked to one guy who's a bit of a god, and he was like, what are you doing? Why have you got a studio and a team? It's a noose round your neck. We were like,
I used to have a team, 30 years ago, and you don't do that in an agent. You just work from home, get rid of everybody, stay. And we were like, what? Why would we want to do that?
Yeah, we did.
Suppose
it's not.
He was back in the 90s when everything was, you had the big flash Manchester studios and in warehouses and things. And they were like, oh no, don't do that. It's like, oh no.
If we're not in it for the money, we wouldn't. We wouldn't be in it for the money.
We'd be doing what you're doing, but no.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. It was nice. It's nice to just get fancy pants a little bit sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Get a little bit of lipstick on and some high heels and not be able to walk.
Yeah. Soft feet. It'll look great though.
Yeah.
It's a bit step up from Blackpool, wasn't it? Would you love Blackpool?
Blackpool, when we went to the Evas, that was great. I think we looked nice, stepped out, blustered away, and then
the seaweed's
quite shocking, really.
It kills you, doesn't it? The ballroom's beautiful though.
Yeah, it's stunning.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It's always fun.
Nice awards.
Yeah, very cool. And I've also done a bit of research about giving back. It's quite important to you guys as well.
Yeah.
So you were, I think, were you patrons of the Youth Zone for a while?
Still are.
Amazing. Yeah. And you do some mentoring with British Library. Is there a programme?
Yeah. We also give to...
we're patrons of Jigsaw as well.
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
So those are our two charities.
And we try and... I think we're going to go in and do some workshops with the Carlisle.
Yeah, I was going to mention... we spoke to them and just said, look, because the young, the young people there they should have the same opportunities as anybody else in the schools and things. So we're saying, look, what can we do? Can they come and visit the studio? Can we go and give talks at Carlisle Youth Zone? So they were open for that. But I mean, that's what we love doing, isn't it? Kind of just go and have a bit of chat. And they said, well, could you come and spend some time? Come on a Saturday morning. I'm like, absolutely, come and give our time. So that's cool. Both charities, I think, were really love
really
both
like
of them.
that. And then the British Library, we do mentor. Well, we do the BICP in Cumbria. So we get people and
for everybody listening, tell us what the BICP is, please.
It's part of the British Library, so you can go into pretty much most of your local libraries, and there'll be a business department there. So if you want to set up or ask about IP addresses or how to set up a business or funding or any other advice with setting up business, you tend to get people who offer free advice. So we offer free advice on brand and marketing. Fabulous. And then you'll get a finance person and a business development person that you can chat to for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
So we do that, and then with the main one in London, we do some talks. We went and did an accessibility talk last year, and then we also mentor a new business. So last year I mentored a girl who'd been going for about a year who does kind of recycled clothing, and did a fashion.
She was a milliner, designs hats, makes hats. She was over in the northeast, so she was fabulous and did like the mayor's hats and stuff like that, and worked with an incredible young designer. So went to one of the castles and had an outdoor fashion show. So went to there. Yeah, really nice. I love that. So it was like kind of a 3 month
to 3 months mentoring
thing, isn't it? So you speak every week and then just help them and. Yeah,
you get to see someone on the journey.
And just help other businesses. It's good.
So what's next?
Barbados. I'm going away for a year. You're taking over seeing as your creative director.
Well, you lot can add it to my name.
I think just because we've not long been in the studio. We've just said let's try and not have a roller coaster of a year and quiet year and just try and settle into some kind of normality and not work weekends and nights and
get a bit of balance back, isn't it? But the team's nice, everybody's settled, it's a nice size. I think that's we've got to where we wanted in just a year of just sedentary, but I think more we're loving the workshops at the moment, aren't we? We're doing things with Max and Quokka Media, so kind of joining forces with them, and we had a great business clinic last Friday with Friday beers, so more of them to come. You should come. It was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're trying to do a workshop that isn't, we do a lot of workshops and often we talk about a business. But it's not really relative to people's businesses who are in it, because it's relative, but it's not their real world problem. So we set up in our studio like little ideation stations where one's brand and marketing and one's social media and one's normal marketing and then content, and we get 3 or 4 businesses that might be similar, and they set the table, ask questions. We look at their website or their branding, and so it's networking because they chat to each other and help each other out, but they get proper actions and tasks to
based
their
on
actual
them.
business.
Yeah.
And I think the learning's deeper then, so we've been trying that out. It's quite good. The beer helps, but we might not do that next time.
No, do a bit more formal.
It goes off on tangents.
You do tangents, never. I'm not allowed to come for that reason. That wasn't a strict instruction. It sounds good though. The future's good. The future's positive. We're going to settle in, embed, and see what happens.
Yes.
I like it.
You need to come and visit us.
Oh, 100%. I'm coming anyway. I've been promising this since
I
Adam was a lad, but
Ollie likes a little trip off. You come with us and we'll have a little foursome out.
Yeah. Then he can drive.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Perfect. Thanks, Oliver. I did that. That was really seamless as well. But yeah, no, it does. It sounds good. And I think the pioneering businesses and being in a creative space, we've got to look after each other because it's rough out there. It is rough out there.
And there's enough work. And I think if we get stronger together, then they won't go to London and Manchester.
Exactly.
Stick to Cumbria.
Amen. Oh, I'll drink to that.
Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers. So I've got some listener questions actually. So, where does the passion come from running a business, and can it mislead young people? That was one question. Random.
I think it's dependent.
Okay.
So we were talking about in the car. I think, not speaking for both of us, but probably the same, the passion for us comes from the helping and the guiding of people, because we're not in it for the money. Because that isn't there in terms of what people think. So if your objectives is money, don't run an agency. No. But I think also it looks quite easy, but you having to get work in and all of that type of stuff. Even when I worked in an agency, it looked easy because the work just landed on my desk. So I think that's a misconcept. But I think the main thing is youngsters setting up freelance businesses because they see all of these influencers saying, I earned 20 grand overnight by launching this one program. I mean, that might be true, but those people have probably done lots of things that have failed and they don't see that. And I think the one thing owning a business is, the chaos, the being bold, and then the also relentless hard work is something that no one mentions. So we've always worked hard, even when you started, late nights, all that type of stuff. I think that has to be in you.
And it continues, doesn't it, running your own business, no matter what, if you're a heating engineer or, a hairdresser, whatever it is, you work relentless, and it's not a switch off on a Friday and you have a great old time. But I think the socials show that.
That's the next question. Isn't
when you see it, look at the team, they're in Edinburgh, they're having a lovely time and Friday beers and stuff, but you've just been up from 6 till midnight every night doing admin, HR, this, insurances. It's relentless. And then where's the work? And then onboarding and paperwork and emails and then the work for the client. So it's relentless, but it does look like on anything, people say, look, I've come off Facebook because it's making me down, because you see this unrealistic view of life. We kind of share the highs and the lows. We wear our hearts on our sleeves, and if we're upset, you can tell, can't you?
Humans, but you have to do that. It can't be. It's not all rose tinted. No. But everyone that you see that's successful, even Dragon's Den people, they have worked. You'll see that they'll have failed at loads of things. Worked really hard. And now they're at a point that they can go off on holiday and have people do it. But that's a very rare thing, and you do have to work really hard. And I think that's a concept.
Well, that was the next question someone asked is kind of, do you think socials has given younger people a distorted view of what owning a business is like? And
on everything that gets you on everything, that
health, beauty, everything. It's frightening, isn't it? And having young children, you think, God, what's it going to be like? I hope it's fizzled out. I hope we've come to a peak where just people aren't bothered anymore. And the more I speak to people, the more people are coming off it and think, like you were saying, have a detox from it, because it's not a healthy thing to follow, to aspire, because half the time it's not the reality. Behind the scenes, these people are sad or unhappy or, absolutely frazzled because they've got to get this content out 24/7. It never stops. So I think it's an unrealistic achievement, when you're looking at that and thinking, oh, wow, look at them on a yacht. To get them on that yacht, they've had to.
Or they often hire it.
Well,
they hire it out, like the aeroplane pictures. They've hired it for an hour.
Are they in debt to get to that? For that one picture, and I just think, it's not real. It's not a.
And I think even the reality TV shows like the Oppenheimer and stuff like that, they work hard, but you see into a life that it's like the 1%, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it makes everyone really discontent with what they've got as well. So I think you've got that of unrealistic expectations of what you can do in 3 hours a day.
Yeah.
And then seeing other people, but only seeing snippets of their life when it's brilliant and thinking. So it just creates this picture that just they're never going to achieve. So that,
No.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Sorry.
Great. No, I read something the other day, and I can't remember it. I think it was a psychologist had written it, and it was about the scroll. And in that 10 seconds you've been on your phone, you've scrolled past a war, you've scrolled past some unrealistic beauty expectations, you've scrolled past I made £20,000 overnight. You've scrolled past that in literally 8 seconds, and we wonder why we're a bit frazzled.
Yeah,
it's like
too much.
It was quite a poignant point. I thought my little January social media log out, we'll do it all next year.
I like that. I like that
It's
idea.
a great way to start the year. Love it. I'll spill all the tea on that later. So next question was, if you could give some really straight talking advice to young people interested in a creative career, what would you say? The no BS approach, what would you say?
Well, definitely go for it. I mean, if you're, I would say do something that you love, find something that you love. So if that's what you love and you're arty and creative or digital or whatever, and you really are passionate, I think that stands you in a good stead, because doing something that you don't and getting out of bed, you need that motivation, don't you? Yeah. But experience, I would say, just try and get
I like that.
as much experience under your belt. That's again why I open the doors to everybody, because I know when you're leaving school and they say, well, what experience have you got? You're like, well, I worked in the local pub. Yeah. Well, that's not relevant. And you think, well, how do I get a job? How do I, I was always in that catch-22 of you need your first job to prove that you've got, and I never understood that. Growing up, that was one of my things. I just thought, how can we change that? Yeah. So allowing people to come for a week and they can put that on their CV, allowing somebody to come back here. We've had little Harry came back 3 years in a row. He's like, I don't care, don't pay. I just want to be in there saying that I've got some experience and being surrounded by you. So that's, I think, just try and go and get some experience anywhere, and, we'll always help if.
Not all the time. Not 52 years.
I'm going to have 52 next year.
Like a correction, dogs. Kids and dogs.
I get into trouble as well. I'm the same. We've got one next week. We've got about 4 in summer, 1 in October.
I'm like, when you've got one, it's like dogs or kids. You've got one. What's 3?
Exactly.
Watch this.
I would say a few things. So I always say to my girls, work something that you're good at, so you can be passionate at something and be terrible. This is the key. You do also have to be, I think, have a semblance of being good at it. I was passionate about the flute, but I was horrendous.
But you could have practiced.
I wasn't a great flautist. I think you're never going to be, if you're in the arts and music, you're always going to have someone who is incredibly talented. So I think that's something that you have to be realistic about.
Well, look at the pop singers out there, you know what I mean? Some bands.
I was thinking of like orchestras as opposed to your little
pop bands.
But and I think 2 other things would be definitely try and get a good head in terms of, I wish I'd done a business degree or work maths better or something. Because this is why I love Chris Dorr. He is incredibly talented, but he teaches creatives the stuff because we don't know value. And as a creative, we just think, well, go on, I'll just do that for you because you love doing it. But actually, you need to monetize it to make it less stressful so you can be more creative. I think that's really important. And then also have very leathery skin because you get rejected all the time if you get new jobs and, people look at your work personally and it isn't personal. It's there.
It's objective, isn't it?
It's subjective. So I think there's quite a few little things to just have the strength as a creative because it can be quite hard. And I think a lot of the younger ones that come in, it's like, you always say, it's not like this.
I know.
Don't worry about it.
I'm like, no one died. Oh,
but you take it personally.
I can remember early in my career being exactly the same. Like, you don't like that?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Because you've put everything into it and you've really worked hard. So I think that's...
What's the biggest misconception? Would you describe yourself as being in creative industries? What's the biggest misconception about the industry? What's a myth you'd love to bust?
That it's like Mad Men. I'd like to just burst that bubble immediately. There's, it is a great industry. But I think from the outside, people do think you're sitting on beanbags, eating donuts and playing pool.
And going down chutes like Google.
I do want a slide.
You did mention that. I was like, of all of the priorities.
I've looked on Amazon, you can get a blow-up slide to go down one side of the stairs, but Carol won't let me.
You chat and what's that? Like, bing, bing, look at this, look. Do we need a fireman's pole for? We've got stairs.
It'd be great. The dogs, little Steve, would get right down there. It'd be great. So...
impulsive, see what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, poor Carol.
I just like, did you see that? No, I must have missed that email.
Getting a slide. You'd love it.
I'd be first on it.
Yeah. I think, it's that, and also that it's really quick. So all this, and the simple stuff's really easy.
Yeah.
That's such a misconception that, and actually you do have to be,
because we make it look easy.
I think that's what it is. You make it look easy, but I think also people don't think that you're clever. I struggled with that for such a long time because I wasn't academic, and all my friends were really academic, and I was like, oh God, I'm just not clever than them. But it's a different type of thinking.
Yeah.
So I think people do think everyone in the creative industry is just like, and then paint by numbers and airy-fairy, where actually you get some really clever people in the creative industry because they have to just do a research, thinking. They have so much knowledge about so many different topics and psychology, and it's just
it's fascinating.
But just running the business, running a creative business, it's, when we've spoken to other people that have had businesses at these awards, and they might have, now just, supporting other businesses, to grow their agencies. And it's a massive, it takes a lot of skills, not just in the work that you're doing for the client, to actually run the agency is such a different skill set to going and doing the work that you enjoy. And sometimes we'll go, oh, we could have just, done the work that we wanted, just the two of us, and not had all of this. And then, nah. That's where would the fun be?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, I think.
What do you think the biggest misconception
is? I think I struggle with exactly what you've just said. And it's really weird because I literally said this to Ryan last night. I was like, we go into different rooms with different people, different organisations, and we're based in Whitehaven, very nuclear heavy, lots of engineers, that sort of thing. And I don't know if it's myself or if it's real, but I walk into some rooms and I feel people think I'm a bit thick.
Yeah.
Is it that imposter syndrome?
Pissy Patricia. She has my life. I've given her a name. She's Patricia. It's Pissy Patricia. I'm like, is it real or is it not? But it's a different. And I did all right at school. I've got a history degree. I'm weird. Research, anything like that, love it. But I walk into, and it's, I don't know if that's a me thing or if it's an actual thing, but I understand exactly what you mean. I get that to my core. But I think marketing people, because we do it and it always comes out beautiful, and as you well described before, the results smash everyone's expectations out of the water. It's like, well, where were your expectations as well?
But do you not find, those kind of, if they are really intellectual and, engineers and stuff, they've got, little boy joke about you've got an inside of the box brain and an outside of the box, and the outside's that, creative thinking outside. So there's different ways. And then there's your engineering way where you're very, very highly, intelligent and it's mathematical. As creatives.
I've got A-levels in maths as well, Carol.
Yeah, well, you should be in their camp. You should be like, here, can you not put a little badge on with all of your letters? And just, by the way, historian.
I can do math, and it's not girl math.
Girl math.
And I'm really good at golf. So,
yes, you are. So you're in the man's world.
I know. But I think so I think that could be the misconception. But again, I think we are the translators between having that
two
brain
worlds
and the industry.
It is that.
But actually how you're engaging with your customers, and I feel like that isn't, we don't articulate that well enough.
Yeah, because you've got to decipher
absolutely
what quite complex things are sometimes, especially if you're doing a little simple infographic. Yeah. You've got to understand what this, like sometimes it's really intense. Yeah. And then you've got to simplify it, and that's quite hard to do.
Absolutely, and taking the technical language, but is that what your customers are reading? Or actually,
nobody understands
are you needing to hire more people? So the methods change, and we maybe don't write it down, and we don't have a step-by-step process that we follow. It's just how we I think that's the hardest thing for me to overcome, articulate misconception, something like that. Yeah. If you can package that up and we can put that on our website, that'd be great.
I think that'd be great. That everyone will go,
Oh, that's what they do.
That's it. Got it now.
That's what they do. Yeah. We're great at marketing everyone else, but
not your own. Yeah, not yourself.
That's true. So last question from me. Oh, no, 2 questions from me.
Right.
One, what would you tell younger Carol? If you could tell 15, 16-year-old Carol one thing today, what would you tell her?
I think I'd believe in yourself. I think, you would always be panicking. How am I going to get to this point? How am I going to? And I didn't really know I wanted to be a vet.
Did you?
I know, yeah. So that kind of went. I wasn't very good at biology. Well, no, biology I liked. Chemistry I was off.
Science didn't give you a good report, did they?
No, they told me I might as well be going picking daisies. So that wasn't a great start to my science career.
Well, all the dogs and cats in the land are pleased that...
I'm all right with animals. Just,
well, not if you
wouldn't want to give them...
That's a different kettle of fish.
Just giving them the drugs I wasn't good at.
Yeah, we want them to come back around.
Don't give them too much. So... Yeah, and I think you can't see the wood for the tree. I didn't believe that I was going to get to where I wanted to. But I never thought I'd run a creative business like that. Never was, Wow. But I knew, the art and the design. I just wanted to be a designer, but I couldn't see how you would get there because there was so many challenges. So it's kind of fate. I always believe in fate, and I think doors open and doors close for a reason. And I just wish you could, just chill. Things will happen and they'll happen at the right time.
Lovely. Vicky?
It's the same. I think we all say to ourselves, don't worry, it turns out all right, or believe in yourself. Because when you're young, there's lots of opportunities, and also you're just growing into yourself, aren't you? But I think it would be the slow down. Yeah. It's like, I've got to achieve this, I've got to achieve that. The amount of times I think I worked weekends and late when my friends were out. I'm like, why did I... But then you get to where you are, aren't you? Yeah. So I think it would just be to everyone, just slow down, because you will get to where you are, and as long as you work hard, you don't need to get there quickly.
No. And everybody's path's different.
Yeah.
You might see somebody that goes from there to there, and you're kind of not the jealousy, but why them? Why not me? Yeah. And I think, but your path was maybe just meant to do that, and go around and travel the world and then come back and do this. So
and all the learning you did on the way.
Yeah, kind of stay in your own little path, and you'll be all right.
I love it. Last one. It's a good one, this one.
It's the evil
I know, it's the eyebrow, isn't it? I've got one of them. I do have one of them. We have a lovely discussion, debate, whatever you want to call it, on the pod about apprenticeships versus university. And now I'm very aware I've asked Carol first all the time, so I'm going to let you think this time, Carol. Vicky, younger self, would you tell her to go to uni, or would you do an apprenticeship?
If it was back in the day, I'd say uni.
Yeah, I'm going to have the same.
Because actually, I went to uni. Everyone else was from down south. My life learning was rapid, and brilliant. And I met the best friends. Learned how to live on my own, bills, working, all that type of stuff. So you grow up quite quickly, but you make some great friends. Yeah. University itself, well, my tutor told me the internet was not going anywhere, so what I got from my course. But now I think I would say do an internship, because I think you learn much faster, and actually you can do the life things if you work. You can just be brave and go to different cities or travel, or it's be brave and then do internship, because I think the university bit, quite a lot of, I could probably have condensed it. I still went into it in every day, but even the tutors weren't there half the time. So everyone has a different experience, but I would say internship now, because you meet lots of different people, and you
build your network.
And you learn on the job. I learned how to do letterpress at university. I've never done it since, which was great. And also you get a live brief project, which is 5 months long. It's never the case in real life. It's 5 days. So
I did a 3-hour written knitting exam. I know.
A written
knitting exam, where I had to actually draw the stitches.
Would you go back to that course? Would you do it again?
I was brilliant. Aced that, got an A.
Oh, yes.
Knitting stitches. You just had to, that
did you physically knit?
Yeah, physically knitted, but mine had 3-hour exams.
Wow.
and weaving, how you would weave and like colouring in the things. It's incredible. Very technical. I know.
Graphic design didn't have an exam.
And to do a language, maths, marketing, and knitting and weaving. Wow. All like exams. It's weird.
Interesting.
I know. Bizarre, but that was it. Just like, my God, I did a knitting exam. I've never used that again. I'll just draw you out my stitches.
Winter collection is going to pop off. I can't wait to see what this looks like. I can't wait. Apprenticeship or university?
Apprenticeship.
You would?
Yeah, 100%. And now I think, there's loads on the news, isn't there, about students having to pay back. I went and there was no... you didn't have to pay to go to university. Back in the day, we didn't have to. Yeah. So, you got a job, that paid for your food, mum did help, they paid the rent, but I mean, it was $150 a month. It was minimal. Yeah. Yeah. So when you're thinking I came out with no debt, now the average amount of debt is like 50 to 60,000. Mm-hmm. And paying that back, I mean, how do you even...
£60 when I went.
Right.
I'm the paying £9,000 a year now, so what is
that?
Yeah,
exactly. You're coming out with $100,000 debt then, and how do you get on the property ladder? No.
You just don't get
and then
that,
the competitive of, trying to find a job. My nephews are going through it now, and they've taken years out and travelled and stuff. Luckily, they've got into jobs now. But it's that, how do you get... It was competitive when we started. So I think learning on that job, it goes back to getting the experience. Talk to my little boy as well. He wants to go into stocks and shares. He's really mathematical. And I said, you know what? Instead of going to uni and learning that, get yourself on an apprenticeship, 3-year apprenticeship. You're learning, you're making money, and you can be living in London as well and still doing all those amazing things, travelling, holidays. But it'll just set you up rather than coming out with debt. Start you, and even if it takes you 5 years, you're still going to get to that. It could be 5 years before. Yeah. So I would definitely, I think there's every career now you can start as an apprenticeship, and I think that's incredible.
Yeah.
Interesting. They're very, very interesting points. And I feel like that's a really nice place to end, because we could sit here and talk all day.
All day.
All day long. And the pod would be 5 hours long. And poor Tom.
Tom's all right.
Tom's all right. I think he's all right back there. Hey. Well, honestly, this has been absolutely
great.
Mega.
Oh, thank you.
I can't wait to see what comes next from Creative Hutch. And if anyone out there's interested in a career in creatives, you can find these two on LinkedIn, emails, website. You'll find them everywhere. If you're interested in the academy, speak to Carol, not Vicky. And we'll get you back on in maybe 4 years' time, see where we are.
Nice, I like it.
Barbados.
Yeah.
We'll have to just zoom in.
We'll dial in.
Absolutely not. It will be on situ, Tom. We're going to Barbados.
Like it.
Amazing. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks so much for listening and watching this episode of the Chatterjack Podcast. I'm sure you'll agree that was a brilliant episode with loads of insights as to what it's like to work in marketing and some hot takes too. We'll see you next time for the next episode. Cheers.